This might be one of the most beautiful games I've ever played, and also one of the most inconsistent. Death Stranding 2 is out, and yeah, I'm a bit late, but that's actually a good thing because while everyone else has been busy benchmarking on day 1, I've been taking out some time out of Crimson Desert and playing this on the side. And quite frankly, this is one of the most beautiful walking simulators I've ever touched. The opening chant feels something straight out of Akira. It actually gives you goosebumps. But we are not here just to talk about how beautiful it looks. We're here to figure out where it breaks. RTX 5060 laptop, 8GB of VRAM, 1440p, and I'm gonna show you what this game actually feels like to play. Right, so here's where we start. 1440p, DLSS quality, mostly very high presets, ray tracing on both ambient occlusion and reflections turned on. This is the dream config. This is what you want to run on a 5060 laptop if you've just bought one. And look, in the opening scene with Sam and the baby descending the mountain, it looks absolutely stunning. I mean, genuinely. This is one of the best looking games on PC right now. The Decima Engine is doing something special here. GPU is maxed out 99%, pulling 100 to 104 watts. VRAM sitting around 7.3 gigabytes out of 8GB, and we're averaging 48 to 54 frames on an average. On a controller, you won't feel that. It's smooth, it's gorgeous, you'd be happy. But here's the thing, we're already at the ceiling, 7.3 gigabytes on 8GB card, before we've even stepped out properly. That should tell you something. Then it rains. And this is where Death Stranding 2 reveals itself as genuinely one of the most demanding weather systems in any open world game. Look at the grass. You see how it goes hazy? The ghosting? That's not a bug. That's DLSS temporal accumulation getting absolutely destroyed by rain particles. Average is around 56. Sounds fine, right? But look at those 1% lows, 33 frames. 0.1% at 28. That's a 28 frame cliff from your average. That's where the microstarters are coming from. Here's what's happening technically. RTAO needs stable frames to denoise properly. Rain introduces chaos into every frame. The denoiser can't keep up. Now we already know that DLSS reconstruction falls apart on thin geometry like grass and wires, and your frame time goes all over the place. Your 8GB VRAM is right at the limit and seems like Kojima's weather system found it immediately. So now first proper mission, open world, you're delivering, you're exploring. It's incredible, mid to low 50s, small stutters are constant, but on a controller you won't notice most of them. VRAM is sitting almost around 7.3 gigabytes the whole time. Then you approach a river. Mid 40s, the draw distance, the reflections, the water, it all stacks up simultaneously. And then there's this, the dust storm. Full RT DLSS quality, 1440p, the dust storm kills the frame rate. And here's what really got me. Even when I dropped to high settings with no ray tracing at all, DLSS quality, 1440p, the dust storm still won't hold 60 FPS. This isn't just a VRAM problem. Volumetric effects at this scale are absolutely brutal. The 5060 laptop hits a wall here regardless of RT. So I started tuning, and here's where I landed, and this is the config I'd actually recommend. Very high across the board, shadows, LOD, terrain, textures all stay very high. Oh okay, no, it's better you drop textures to high, but ambient occlusion drops to very high rasterized, no RT. Reflections same. Cloud quality drops to medium, volumetric lighting drops to medium. Mid 50s to 70s depending on the scene. Taking down enemies smoothly, the microstarters are still there, but much less frequent. And here's the key. Visually, it barely looks different from RT in motion. You'll notice it in screenshots. You won't notice it while you're playing. That's the 5060 laptop sweet spot for Death Stranding 2. Very high without RT, medium volumetrics and high textures. That's your honest config. Okay, so this is where things get interesting, and I want you to stay with me here because this sounds insane. 4K DLSS ultra performance, high settings, no RT. 70 to 80 frames in the rain, completely smooth. GPU still at 99%, but now it's building a 4K image. I know this is 720p internal res, but general image quality is genuinely good. In motion, this looks like 4K, maybe a tad bit softer, but crisper than 1440p. And I have not tried DLSS 4.5, that should improve it. DLSS Ultra Performance at 4K is rendering internally at 720p, 720 pixels, and then DLSS 4 on the 50 series is rebuilding a 4K image from that. That right there is a 6-time upscale, and it mostly works. The only place it fails apart, grass in the rain. Same reason as before, thin geometry, dynamic particles, reconstruction can't hold it together. But everything else, mountains, rocks, Sam's suit, draw distance, looks remarkable. The RTX 50 series was built for this, and Death Stranding 2 is one of the best possible showcases for the DLSS 4 can actually do. Right, let's do the comparison everyone came for. Same location, let's go through the presets: low, medium, high, very high with full RT, and their respective anisotropic filtering settings. 1080p native, no DLSS. You can have a look yourself and judge the image. So here's the truth about Death Stranding 2 on the RTX 5060 laptop. The GPU is powerful enough to run the game beautifully, but 8GB of VRAM in 2026 on a game this hungry means you're always one weather system away from your frame rate falling off a cliff. Kojima Productions built something that actively punishes inadequate VRAM, or maybe we should call out Nexus. The weather isn't just a visual effect, it's a stress test, and 8GB GPUs feel it. My recommendation: very high, no RT, medium clouds and volumetrics, DLSS quality at 1440p. You'll have a fantastic time, and your frame rate won't embarrass you when it rains. If you want to go full RT, do it in good weather conditions and accept the low 40s to high 30s when things get dramatic. It looks incredible when it works. And if you want to flex 4K, DLSS Ultra Performance high settings is genuinely magic from 720p. Just don't look too closely at the grass during thunderstorms. Next up, we are putting the same game on the Rogue Ally Z1 Extreme. Spoiler, it's completely a different story. Subscribe so that you don't miss that one.